Good afternoon, finding me kings and queens. For once, y'all get to see me at home. Well, it ain't the first time, but it's been a long time. Anyhow, my original post for today, Hump Day Wednesday, wow, word of the week, was about me ranting and raving, of course, about what is all over the media and social media. The killing of Alton Sterling. Now, for those of you who haven't figured it out, yes, I am black. I identify as black because my father is black. My mother is Caucasian. But if anyone knows their scientific facts and history, if you are crossed with black, then you're black. Plain and simple. So, to help you understand my frustration, because I know there are going to be people who are going to say, well, you're not black, you're black and white, you're mixed. You can say that if you want. But again, check the scientific facts. Anyone who is crossed with any black in them, they're black. Plain and simple. So, the reason I can fuss and complain and kick, jump, scream, shout, and fight if I want to is because I understand life on both spectrums. It's one thing to not be accepted because of who you are or what you choose to be in life. And it's another thing to not be accepted because of the color of your skin. Now, when you come from a background that I have, Caucasian mother, black father, you stupid damn drones, you run into the problem of one, and it decides to stop and fly over my head. If it gets close enough, I will hit it. You run into the problem of one, not being dark enough to be considered black, and then you're not light enough to be white. So there's always the constant conflict of what are you, who are you? You can't identify with black, you can't identify with white because you're not capable of identifying with just one, so to speak. So of course, that's where the mulattoes came from. That's where I'm half-breed, I'm mixed came from, because you have both. Well, I'm here to tell you that I only identify as black. And part of the reason why I only identify as black is because, like I said, scientifically, I'm black. Second of all, my Caucasian side is prejudiced. So, excuse me, who wants to claim someone that doesn't want to claim them? That's insane. I'm not a part of that. I just can't get on that wagon and go along as if this is not happening, this is not so. Also, I've been victimized as a black person. I've been victimized as a half-breed. I've gotten the racial conflicts from both sides of the black and white community. However, I'm sorry, I'm getting my mail out my box. I will say that I've been more accepted by the black community than I've ever been by the white community. Not to say that makes it okay, because it doesn't, but that's the truth of the matter. So when it comes to the whole Alton Sterling issue, it's mind-boggling because being what a lot of people in the United States like to call black people an African American, for a black person or a black person in America, whatever you want to say about it. We prefer to be called melanated people. Some of us prefer to be called Moors. Some of us prefer just to be called by our names. But when you are a person of that descent in the United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave, you have to teach your children certain things. And when I mean certain things, I mean there's ways that we have to speak to people of power, people who have authority. There are ways that we have to act, ways that we have to dress, things we can and cannot do. So every breath we take determines whether or not we'll live to see another second. Not another day, another second. And a lot of people will say, well, that's for every person. And that may be true, but it's a little bit more difficult for black people to breathe freely, openly, without being afraid that someone's going to come and shoot them just because they're standing there, or someone's going to kill them just because they say something, or they turn their back and walk away, or just because of the color of their skin. Every time you turn around, black people are the target. We are the target practice. We are always in the line of fire. We are always the people who they want to get rid of. Now, I'm not speaking and saying that every Caucasian or European person is the most worst person or worst set of people in the world. Are there a lot of you? Hell yeah. Whether you want to admit it or not, oh well, I don't care. My experience, I can tell you, if you piss them off bad enough, their true colors will come out. So, you want to get rid of racism, then you, my Caucasian people, my European people, you have that power because you started it. I took the wild word for today and I made it mental. And the reason why I made it mental is because for the life of me, I cannot understand why people think the way they think. Why is racism so powerful? Why is white supremacy so powerful? For the life of me, I cannot figure out what it is in a person's mind that is racist and doesn't like another person because of the color of their skin, who feels like the only way you're going to be superior to that person whose skin is darker and has more pigment than yours is by you killing them and then belittling them and making them feel lower than a human. I can't figure it out. And no scientific study has ever been able to figure it out. No one. And just so you guys know, when I talk about colored people, melanated people, people of pigment, I'm not just talking about black people. I need you Hispanic, the Latino family, your Asian, your Oriental families, your Indian families, all of you people who have pigment, I need all of y'all to know that, sweetheart, it does not matter how much money you have. It does not matter how much poise and etiquette you have, because there are many of us with very dark skin who have poise and etiquette and money, knowledge. We have all of this, and we still are at the other end of that barrel waiting because someone is going to try to point that thing at us and shoot us or kill us or hang us and burn us and torture us, take our insides out. They want the color of our skin. They want our style, our character, our personalities. They want to be us. Everybody want to be a nigga until it's time to be a nigga. Then don't nobody want to be a nigga. So I'm talking about you people too. Don't sit up here and think that just because you're not black, technically you are, that they're not talking about you and they won't get you. What do you think they mean when they say those sand niggas? They talking about you Indians. Yes, that's who they talking about. What do you think they mean when they say those wetbacks and those spics and those vatos? They're talking about you. You, my other colored sisters and brothers. They are talking about you. So what best works is for us colored folks, melanated, pigmented people to come together. I don't know what coming together is necessary, whether it's we stand together and we actually fight together, or we stand together and we keep our money together in our own communities. But I can tell you that one, if not both of those, will be very effective. Because you're not going to sit up here and keep hitting people and fighting people and shooting and killing people and ain't nothing going to happen in return. Something's got to give. Something has got to give. And just so you know what the definition of mental is, it's of or related to the mind, and of or related to a mental disorder, a disorder of the mind. So, for the record, I don't mind having a racist person, a prejudiced person comments on this video and say exactly what it is that is in your mind that makes you believe that what you think and what you say and what you do to a person of color, because you don't have color, is okay. I want you to show and prove why that makes sense. I want you to show and prove why you're the only culture that acts this way. Because all the rest of us don't understand it. And the Hispanics that are prejudiced and they act like they don't like black people, the Indians who act like they don't like black people, the Orientals who act like they don't like black people, I need y'all to understand that too. Because if you don't like us, then you don't like your damn self. And that's just plain and simply honest the truth. That's exactly what that is. You don't like yourself. You are descendants of us. That's what you are. And if you think you're not, look deep enough into your culture. Look deep enough into your bloodline. And I guarantee you, you are going to see people of very dark pigment, very dark melanation, called melanated skin. That's what that is. Another thing, for those people who are racist and prejudiced, the Caucasian and the Europeans, because that's where it comes from. Why do you think it's okay for you to teach your children this? Because if you want peace in this world, then you will help establish peace in this world. You will become the peace instead of continuing to be the destructive people that you are. Everywhere you go, everything you've touched, you have destroyed. Everything. Even your own civilizations, you've destroyed those. So please inform me why this is okay. Because I want to know. A lot of other people want to know. You don't want people turning the finger at you, at your culture, saying that you guys are the reason prejudice exists, you guys are the reason racism exists. Then stop teaching it to your children. Stop using the fact that you're white to get by and skate by on things in life. Make a change. Be an example of positive change. And you will help out a lot of people in this world. You will make a change in this world. A very huge change in this world. I really don't have anything positive to say about this, because as I walk, I think. When I walk through the doors of my home, I'm going to look at two little melanated, I'm not going to say black because that's ignorant. I'm going to look at two little melanated young queens in training, my daughters. I'm going to look at one young melanated king in training, my son. And then I'm going to look at the king of my household, the king of the throne, my husband. And I'm going to be very proud, as I am now, that they are here, they are in my life, and I'm going to continue living life. You won't stop this family, and you will not stop the growth of black people. You will not stop the growth of melanated people. The uprising is coming. The revolution is coming. It's already here, because a lot of us not going to put up with that bullshit. Ain't nobody finna be sitting up here letting you whip on them. This ain't that time. This ain't that era. And I need y'all to remember that. That's my queen swag for today. I love y'all.